Scorn. After numerous development delays and multiple Kickstarter campaigns, now we have it. And it is a total and complete disappointment. Scorn is overrated trash. I know what you're thinking. Overrated. It's only getting 7 out of 10s. Well, that's just the problem. Scorn doesn't deserve half that score. I'm going to spoil everything from now on and show some pretty disgusting stuff. And yes, Scorn is disgusting. And I have no issue with that. I'm down for disgusting. I mean, I eat peanut butter and jalapeno sandwiches. I'm no stranger to disgust. Scorn delivers on disgust. Rule 34 artists, you can take a rest here because all that nasty ass porn is already in the game. But what is Scorn? If it's a puzzle game, then why are the puzzles devoid of all creativity? It's not a combat game. The combat is atrocious. If it's a walking sim, then why am I constantly interrupted by bad combat and boring puzzles? It's not a narrative game. There isn't any discernible plot other than you hunting down and killing anything that remotely resembles a fetus, like the world's most enthusiastic abortion doctor. No one seems to be able to tell what Scorn is. But I'll tell you what it is. Utterly shite. Playing Scorn feels like this. Let's take the puzzles. They range from boring to infuriating. Move these pods around, wait for this spinning thing, turn on all the lights. Where is the creative flair that went into the visuals? The puzzles are completely uninspired. They are more akin to mini-games you find in other titles. Treading back and forth trying to find the next mediocre puzzle is worse than bad. It's dull. And you start thinking, the game would be better with a little tension. Maybe it would be good if there were enemies that were a threat. Well, you'll soon be regretting that wish. I was trying to think of games with worse combat, but even Morrowind has better combat than this. It's a monumental achievement to create FPS gameplay this bad. Much like the puzzles, the combat is dull, uninspired, and tedious. None of the weapons are fun to use. This is how the combat goes. Attack a couple of times, run away to avoid the enemy's spit. Attack a couple of times, run away to avoid the enemy's spit. Rinse and repeat. And God forbid if you do make a mistake and die, then you're treated to ridiculously sparse checkpoints. There is no reason to be so stingy about checkpoints. This wouldn't be so bad, but the game does absolutely nothing to inform you of its most basic mechanics. Now, I'm a fan of games not holding your hand or swamping the UI with 1,000 pop-ups, but Scorn goes way too far in the other direction. Now, I am an extremely skilled gamer, and I worked out all the mechanics. I definitely did not attempt the first dozen or so combat encounters, not knowing that I could heal myself. No, I definitely worked that one out. But for any lesser gamer, it would be incredibly fucking annoying not to be informed of basic mechanics. Now, it's okay for a game to be a vessel to experience incredible artistic direction and visuals. But when every other part of the game goes out of its way to frustrate and bore you, it sucks out any wonder you felt in the opening act. And folks, that brings us to the final problem. If you experience the first act of Scorn, you experience the entire worth of the game. Amazing visuals, an uninspired puzzle, and a disturbing method of harvesting biological matter from a strangely helpless creature. This is just repeated again and again, except they add bad combat. Scorn is proof that visuals alone cannot carry a game. If you want to translate physical art into a video game, then you need the other aspects of the game to work too. And with Scorn, they simply don't. This is usually the part of the video where I cheekily say something good, hinting that I might have been exaggerating for a comic effect. Well, thank fuck Scorn was on Games Pass.